Right now, a new era officially underway for the Green Bay Packers. Andrew has the highlights from today in the highly anticipated Week 1 matchup against the Chicago Bears. Plus, tomorrow marks 22 years since the tragic events of September 11th, 2001. We share events taking place around the country and here in Wisconsin tomorrow. And a community in Wisconsin came together to give a young boy a small moment of joy. We share Cashton's story. That's all coming up right now at 10. Good evening and thanks for joining us tonight. I'm Jalen Banks. Another new era of football kicked off in Wisconsin as Jordan Love led the Packers in their Week 1 matchup against the Bears. Sports anchor Andrew Banstra is in studio to break it down.
Yeah, Jalen, there were so many question marks about Jordan Love, but the changing of the guard could not have gone any better. The Packers' new QB was as cool as the other side of the pillow. Matt LaFleur has been grooming Love for 3 years for this moment. Scoreless in the first quarter, Jordan Love drops back to pass and drops a dime on Romeo Doubs. The first Packers touchdown of the Jordan Love era gave Green Bay the lead. Skip ahead to the third. Pack lead at 17-6. Love with time, and he finds Aaron Jones. He had a mammoth day. Splits the alley, and he's off to the races. Packers ran away with their Week 1 win, busting the Bears 38-20. Stick around because coming up in sports, we'll have full highlights from Green Bay's win. Plus, you'll hear from Jordan Love and Matt LaFleur.
All right, Andrew, thank you. A beautiful Sunday night, and it's really stayed comfortable all day in the upper 70s. Those temps look like they might be here to stay, but let's check with our meteorologist, Jacob Montesano, out on the weather patio.
Yeah, we actually are going to see the temperatures cool down a little bit throughout the work week, so we'll see high temperatures only in the 60s. It will certainly feel like fall. Now let me talk about the possibility of rain tonight. We are already seeing some showers across our area in the far southern portion of Wisconsin. We are expected to see more consistent rainfall move into our area a little bit later in the night, but we're also not expected to see anything really that heavy. It will mostly be light to moderate. This will continue into the early morning hours tomorrow until around sunrise and the few hours after, where it will move out of the area. Now during tomorrow afternoon, some rain is possible, but it will be pretty spotty. Only expect to see some on and off showers, but we are going to remain cloudy, especially for the central portion of the state. Western areas may see a bit of sunshine in the afternoon. Now looking at the current temperatures, we're seeing mostly 60s right now. I can tell you it's a nice chill right now. Definitely a little chilly, but it feels pretty comfortable nonetheless right now. Winds very calm, not even a factor, and high temperatures were in the 70s today, I want to point out. So it was a very nice Sunday for most of us. Now looking at the forecast for tonight, I already talked about the scattered showers, mostly after midnight, but as you saw with the current radar, we are already seeing some current showers across our area. But low temperatures will be in the upper 50s, so pretty close to normal for tonight. But tomorrow will only be in the 60s, and that will continue for a lot of the work week. I'll talk more in detail about that and talk a little bit more about the rainfall coming up a bit later in the show.
All right, we'll see you then. Tomorrow, the nation will remember the tragic events of September 11th, 2001. Monday marks the 22nd anniversary of the 9/11 terror attacks, where 19 men hijacked 4 commercial U.S. airplanes and crashed them into each tower of New York City's World Trade Center complex, the Pentagon building in Washington, and a field in Shanksville, Pennsylvania. The attacks caused a total of 2,996 deaths, making it the deadliest attack ever on U.S. soil. To mark the somber anniversary, the Biden administration is marking it with a $4 million award to the 9/11 Memorial in New York City. The president will also speak to more than 1,000 service members, first responders, and their families at Elmendorf Air Force Base in Anchorage, Alaska. Back here around Wisconsin, the American Red Cross has teamed up with Madison Fire and Police to host its 12th annual Never Forget Blood Drive. Since its start in 2012, the Red Cross has collected nearly 1,000 donations, helping save people who have cancer, need of blood transfusions, or have been in an accident. The Never Forget Blood Drive will take place at Garver Feed Mill in Madison beginning at 7 and running through 1 p.m. around the area. As more commemorations are taking place in Sun Prairie, a remembrance ceremony will take place at the main fire station on Bristol Street shortly after 9:30. And the Portage Habitat for Humanity will hold their day of service beginning at 9 a.m. Late last month, the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services released a list of 10 drugs that Medicare will be able to negotiate the price of The price of, thanks to the Inflation Reduction Act. Negotiations are set to happen this year and into 2024, with the negotiated prices started in 2026. On this week's For the Record, U.S. Senator Tammy Baldwin praised the move as a step to help those with prescription drug costs.
We have way too many folks who have to choose between paying the rent, food on the table, or being able to afford their life-saving prescription medications. And it should not be that way. In Wisconsin alone, I think 20% of seniors on Medicare have reported that they've put off or rationed medication because of the cost. And that should not be the way it is.
More medications are set to be added to the list in the future. While the negotiations will only directly affect those on Medicare, Baldwin expects a ripple effect across the country. A Rock County community came together today to support one of their youngest who is fighting cancer. And there were a few surprises along the way, as Braden Ross reports.
Meet Cowboy Cash.
This is Cash to a T. The tractors, the farm, all of it, this is him.
You may not be able to tell by looking at him, but less than 2 months ago, he was diagnosed with stage 4 liver cancer.
To hear that news was devastating. But we powered through and we got through chemo, and surgery was equally as hard, probably the second hardest thing we've ever done.
But his community is determined not to let little Cash and his family fight alone.
It's hard enough seeing a 4-year-old go through something like this, so to really have that community come and just support and just show up and just show their care for a little 4-year-old that is fighting like crazy. I mean, he's such a fighter and we're so proud of him.
This year, Orfordville's annual tractor drive is raising money to support Cash's family in his cancer journey. And of course, any guest of honor needs an escort.
I knew about it, but the boys didn't, so that was a fun surprise for them.
It was law enforcement and firefighters, state patrol, DNR, everybody came out. So it was a great surprise to see the smile on Cashton's face when he came out and saw those vehicles lining up, and it was awesome.
The whole way here, everybody was smiling and giggling and laughing.
At the end of the road, 115 tractors, all here for Cash.
This is our biggest event we've had in, I think, over 20 years, the amount of tractors we had this year.
This turnout is unbelievable. We are so humbled by the support we've got from our family, our friends, the community. Overwhelming. And
even though Cash's journey is far from over, it's that support that keeps his family in the fight.
Now, look at, he's strong, and his strength and our community's strength and our friends and families, that gives us the power to get through each day.
Reporting in Orfordville, Braden Ross, News 3 Now.
Local nonprofit Justice for a Cure organized Cashton's police and fire escort. You can find more information on how to donate to help others fighting cancer at justiceforacure.org. Over in Cottage Grove, Parrot Heads and Packers fans gathered to party with a purpose. The Southern Wisconsin Parrot Head Club Loyal Order of Caribbean Soul hosted the event to raise money for the Special Olympics of West Madison area and Camp Creatability. Participants could play in a cornhole and beer pong tournament, as well as enter and win a silent auction and 50-50 raffle. Guests were enjoying their Sunday for a good cause.
The Parrot Head Club does at least one event a year where they give back to the community. So it's their motto to, you know, party with a purpose, so that, you know, have a lot of fun, but we're really giving back to the community.
For information on how you can support Camp Creatability for the Special Olympics of the West Madison area, visit our website. Just a reminder, tomorrow News 3 Now, along with Clinky Cleaners, the Boys and Girls Club of Dane County, and Magic 98 are teaming up for the 38th annual Coats for Kids Winter Coat Collection. For the past 37 years, area residents have joined together to donate more than 344,000 winter coats for kids. Our Pack the Truck event, which kicks off tomorrow, the truck will be parked curbside at Clinky Cleaners at 4512 Monona Drive from 5 a.m. until 6:30 p.m. Make sure to stay with News 3 Now, as our morning crew will be live all morning as the event kicks off. For more information, if you would like to donate and help out, head to this story on channel3000.com. Coming up next at 10, fun for the whole family today at Brittingham Park for this year's Madison Good Neighbor Gathering. We take you there. Plus, Jacob is back with another breakdown of your full First Warn forecast as he shares how cool it will be.